A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Jonathan Dent, sucking up the rays once again. Absolutely gorgeous morning so far, and finished off the day yesterday with temperatures hovering around that 80-degree mark. It took until about 4:30 or so for us to get up that warm, and we were one of the warmer locations in the state yesterday afternoon. Very little breeze, which is making it very nice. It appears right now as though we're going to continue with this weather. We're actually going to warm up a little bit more as we go into the afternoon, this afternoon. And we're not looking, as we mentioned yesterday, for not much chance of any precipitation to take us all the way through a good portion of next week and into that weekend. But before we get to that, Jonathan, what do we have right now on the thermometer?
Yeah, right now we've broken that 70-degree mark. Out at the airport, 72. Downtown Midlands looking at 73. Here at Radio Center, 73 degrees. Slight south wind right now, 7 miles per hour. Not too much to speak of in terms of humidity. Our barometric pressure is holding steady at 30.15.
Prayers are going out, obviously, to the folks down in Louisiana. Once again, they're being hit with what looks like a Category 2 hurricane down there. And there's tornado watches and warnings up along a lot of the Gulf Coast states. Again, this system is a pretty good sized one, but for some reason, and we're still trying to figure it out, I mean, it's got all the wind that it takes for a hurricane, but they're not talking the amount of rain that they could be getting out of a hurricane. In this particular case, they're still talking single digits as far as rainfall amounts, where the last one that went through Florida here, what was that, about a month ago, Jonathan?
Not too long ago.
No, not too long ago. They had upwards of 20 inches in some spots there, but this one just not packing all the moisture. And as it moves up through Louisiana, Arkansas, into Missouri, eventually into the western part of Tennessee. Memphis is going to get hit with some pretty strong gusty winds. That system is just going to die right down. And a lot of it does have to do with the dry weather that we have been getting in the central part of the continental United States and the Ohio and Tennessee River valleys. So, again, it's reinforcing our forecast where we're not expecting much of anything in the way of moisture out of that system. And a very busy and active system up in Canada is going to continue to move from west to east. And that's going to take whatever systems move into North America to move steadily across southern Canada. Maybe a little bit of precipitation in northern Michigan. Matter of fact, this morning we did have a few sprinkles and light rain in, I want to say, the northern third of the lower peninsula and across the upper peninsula, but that was about it. Forecast 86 will be our high temperature before we're all said and done. It does look like we're going to have a few more clouds around this afternoon. Southwest breeze, 7-8 miles per hour. That's going to be about it. Clear skies tonight, 55. Yeah, it is getting darker quicker. 7:53 is sunset tonight. 7:13 is sunrise tomorrow morning. Sunshine tomorrow, warmer still. 87. Most of you will be looking at double eights as we go into the afternoon tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies, a little bit of a southeast breeze. And then with clear skies tomorrow night, there'll be a few more clouds move in. But again, nothing of any concern when it comes to moisture if you don't want precipitation. Friday, mostly sunny, 84. A low of 62. Then moving into the weekend, maybe a few more clouds, partly cloudy skies on Saturday and Sunday, but it's not going to let up when it comes to the temperatures. Mid 80s throughout the weekend, and then into the work week next week. Low to mid 80s with partly cloudy skies. There is going to be the chance, and we might see something from Canada sneak in late Monday night and early Tuesday morning. We'll keep our fingers crossed because, quite frankly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a drink. But at this stage, it looks as though landmass coverage on that will be very spotty and isolated. So long range, we've alluded to it, below average. Precipitation all the way through the 24th of September, above average to much above average on the temperatures. And the definition of much above is 8 to 12 degrees above normal. Then it's considered much above. Normal right now is 75. So that means mid 80s, we're much above average. Record high in this state, 100. And that was set way back in 1931. Matter of fact, on 9/11, the warmest ever was 1931. 100 was our high, 70 was our low. The coldest ever, 1943. 60 was our high, 34 was our low, and that's the record low on this date, 34 in 1943. Day number 2 of a couple of the wettest days we have seen in many decades. 1986, we had a little bit better than 4.5 inches of rain on this date on September the 11th in 1986. Coupled that with the 5.5 inches or so that we saw on the 10th. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Jonathan, who do we have on deck?
For our midweek market report, we'll be talking with Cody Harris from Star of the West, and Doug Klein from Oppenheimer is back. All of that's ahead, but first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Folks at Star of the West Milling want to invite you to a field day. It's going to be held next Thursday, September the 19th, at the Saginaw Valley Research and Extension Center. It's a Stewarding Vibrant Soils fall field day, utilizing covered drones, soil tests, and wheat. Carolyn King will be one of the featured speakers, along with Elaine Stutton. Both of them from out of state, and both of them well knowledged when it comes to that particular sort of thing, when it comes to stewarding. It is sponsored by the Nature Conservancy, by the Michigan Agricultural Advancement Group, and by Star of the West. Again, that'll be at the Research and Extension Center, September the 19th from 9 until 1. So mark that down on your calendar. Expert speakers, a drone presentation of seeding covers, networking, and lunch, all going on the 19th of September. Along with us, Cody Harris from Star of the West. Cody, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Hey, not too bad for midweek. I was afraid to even look at the markets. After yesterday, boy, soybeans were just getting kicked all over the place. What's going on today?
Well, we got definitely a little reversal here on soybeans. Not too much, but at least we're in the green. Corn seems to be trading in kind of a sideways fashion like it has been all week. And we got a little bit of positive on the wheat side of things. It seems like these kind of commodity markets we have, this September WASDE report coming out tomorrow at noon our time. And it seems like maybe everything's kind of setting up to see what that report's going to entail. But for right now, this morning, we got mostly green across the board, and we'll take it.
So what do we got on the board?
Yeah, right now we got cash wheat that's up 3, 562 on the white, 487 on the red. New crop 2025 wheat that's also up 3, 613 on the white, 528 on the red. Look over at cash and new crop corn, that's unchanged at 329. And then look over at soybeans, cash and new crop soybeans are up 3 at 920.
Cody, you have a good one. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
You betcha. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. He returns, Jonathan.
Yeah, he came back. He took the day off maybe he was just hiding yesterday. We're going to head over and talk with Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. The market report today brought to you by Thumb Bank and Trust, making agricultural loans since 1895. Farming today continues to offer challenges that are very demanding, and Thumb Bank and Trust helps you stay up to date on industry trends and the trends of your operation. Thumb Bank and Trust, serving you with locations throughout the Thumb and in the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust. Good morning, Doug. How are we doing today?
Well, we're doing good. How you doing?
Hey, how was your debate prep yesterday afternoon? I mean, you took the day. I realize.
I was in the lake, neck deep in the water. Just,
so were
drowned.
So were two people that I saw last night.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, the CPI came in cooler than expected, so 83% chance of a 25 BIP rate reduction. Pretty solid there on that. Not looking for 50 bips on that. Food and energy came in hotter than expected. So I don't know what to make of that, but that's more of the commodities that poorer people use up their budget on. So that's not really a good thing for that class. Oil services are getting smashed. Oil 66.70 right now. It's kind of on a spiral down. So a lot of new lows in the oil services. The Mosaic hit a new low today. With one we watched. That's a fertilizer stock. Nucor hit a new low today. Steel stock. So China closed a couple lithium projects down. So the lithium stocks are up a bit, 5 or 6%, 10, 11% tops. So who knows if there's a rally coming there. And I talked to a guy that said the S&P is the most overvalued in maybe our lifetimes, just based on some of their analytics. So be careful out there. Could be setting up for some trap, or maybe not. Maybe it just goes to the moon. We'll see. All right.
Get caught in one of the craters there, huh?
Yeah, you just never know.
No.
But anyway, here's your numbers. The December corn is 403 3/4, down a half a penny. March corn is 422 1/4, down a penny. November soybeans $10 a penny, up 3 1/4. January soybeans 10.18 3/4, up 3 1/2. The December wheat 578, up 3 3/4. And the March wheat is 5.96 3/4, up 3 1/4. Crude oil getting a little bounce, but I don't know if it's a dead cat bounce or not. So 66.85 right now, up $1.10. Heating oil is 207, up 1.2 cents. Gasoline 188.32, that's up 1.3 cents, and should put us in the low 250s by next month. We'll see. Natural gas is 229 3/4, that's up 6.5 cents. Currencies: Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3596 Canadian, that's down 14 ticks. The dollar buys 141.70 yen, that's down 71 ticks. The euro's at 110.11, down 8 ticks. The dollar's at 101.66, up 3 ticks. Gold's at 25.0230, down $10. Silver's 28.49, up 23 cents. Platinum's 959.50, up 15.20. And copper's 413.65, up 3.9 cents.
You have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
Talk to you later. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michel's Crop Insurance Agency. You probably should be working with those folks right now, especially if you plan on putting some wheat in this fall. And we had the chance to talk to Dennis Pennington, and he seems to think that wheat acreage is going to be up this year. So you should be getting in contact with the SAR agency because, remember, they are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Now, you can get a hold of their agents directly on the cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in Reese at 989-868-4722. Coming up next, Jonathan, who do we have?
We're going to take a quick break, then we'll head over to Bay Landscaping and Garden Center and talk with Jerry Samolsky.
Sounds good.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden. but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Friday, bonus pricing has been extended at Rifkin Steel. At Ranch and Farm Auctions, we understand that selling your property is about passing on a legacy, your legacy. Working with Ranch and Farm Auctions to auction your property is a promise to maximize our experience and knowledge to bring top dollar for every acre. Our national platform and extensive buyer database from across the country are uniquely positioned to bring more qualified buyers, which leads to premium bids on auction day. Visit ranchandfarmauctions.com or call auction expert Michael Turner at 989-305-9683.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Conveniently located for you to stop by and chit-chats. Remember, they can be your hometown financial solution. Frankenmuth Credit Union. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org. Jonathan, we've got Jerry Samolsky.
Yeah, Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How we doing today?
Hey, we're doing pretty good. Been watering.
Yeah. This is nearing fall season, but it seems like we have summer weather with the exception of the lows at night are getting lower to keep us cooled down a little bit and keeping soil temperatures still on the higher side. So, this is evergreen transplanting season. So this is the second spring for evergreens. So if you want to move an evergreen, now is the time, now up until maybe the middle or end of October. If you move them late, unlike deciduous plants, they've got to keep all those needles hydrated all winter long. And when you cut their roots, where they get their hydration from, is severely limited. So you can get some plant burn and actually have some tissue burn out and die. And if it's a whole plant, well, then you've lost. So now is a good time to get transplanting, get them in, get them rooted up, and get them ready to take on the winter. So transplant evergreens now, Terry.
All right. I know a lot of folks like to take a look at shade trees to see what's available so they can plant later on. But a lot of our shade trees haven't turned colors yet, have they?
No, we probably got, about another month for that, 3 weeks to a month to see what fall colors are going to bring. Usually beginning mid-October is when we start getting the best shows. So, but keep an eye and look at that fall color, and October, November, December, great time to transplant the shade trees.
Yeah, and it always looks good with snow on the branches too, doesn't it?
As long as you're pruning them correctly, yes, sir.
There you go. That's a couple other topics we'll talk about later, Jerry. Thank you. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. If you need tree trimming, tree removal, Legendary Tree Care, they're ready to go. No job is too big and too small. Fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com or like them on Facebook. Scott DeVries with Nutrien Ag on the line with us right now. And Jonathan, I saw a big smile on your face. Scott must be smiling too, huh?
Must be a good day. Scott, how are we doing?
Things are doing well. It is a beautiful day out there. A lot of activity getting ramped up for fall, and things are just are ready to feel it's time to go, and everybody's got that sense.
Yeah, and we're running. Well, last time we talked, we knew we were running ahead, and Mother Nature just keeping us running further and further ahead right now.
Yeah, we are. I mean, we know the dry beans are coming off. We got mixed yields, but we've got growers have some really solid yields. Desiccation's going on there. Sugar beet, we know we got the early dig, and we still got to take care of those beets that got leaf spot out there. We're getting ready to plant wheat. We got a lot of Dynagrow varieties going out the door, getting ready to be staged out there. Fall fertilizer, fall fall weed control and burn down. I mean, there's just a lot of things happening that's going to keep everybody busy right now.
I was going to ask you about wheat seed. We did have Dennis Pennington, I mentioned a little bit earlier in the program yesterday, and he seemed to feel that we were going to have some more acres go in. What are you seeing?
We feel there's going to be more acres as well. We staged more product to be available to growers. We've got some great performing varieties out there, but we do feel that there's going to be more acres this fall. We're drier. Last fall we had a little bit of moisture, and so we're just set up, I think, to have a little bit of a wheat recovery. And no doubt about it, the commodity crops. You look at corn and things like that. Guys are looking for alternatives, and we can grow a really good wheat crop up here in the Saginaw Valley.
Yeah, we sure can. Scott DeVries, always good to talk. You have a good one, okay?
Thank you. Be safe out there, everybody. Thanks.
Will do. Scott DeVries with Nutrien Ag. Take a break, and then who do we have up next, Jonathan?
We'll be talking with Craig Voorhees from the Rummel Agency right after this.
Soil prep for next year begins as soon as the harvest is over. Don't miss out on nutrients you can return to your soil. Applying a Dairy Dew compost blend accelerates the conversion of crop stubble into next year's plant food. That remaining plant material is full of nutrients you want to return to the soil. Dairy Dew blends from Morgan Composting, like K2, Gypsum Plus, and Layer Ash blend with gypsum, helps with decomposition, releasing those nutrients for next year's crops while also adding good biology and other missing nutrients to your soil. Like a lot of things right now, supplies are limited, so contact Morgan Composting to place your order for fall and lock in your price now. Crops don't wait. The seasons don't wait. You shouldn't wait. Address soil health now for better yields next year. Not sure which is the best Dairy Dew compost blend for your fields? Contact a soil health expert at Morgan Composting for a consultation and soil testing. Call today or visit dairydew.com to learn more.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1 Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. And by Krijak's House Family Restaurant. You got to supply the food for an event coming up here, a couple of weeks or the holidays or even next year. Plan ahead, 989-894-5531. They'll have the food ready for you. All you got to do is enjoy. Krijak's House, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. We say good morning to Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Craig, how you doing?
We're good, Terry. We're anticipating all the fall activities including harvest, but there's also other things going on. I heard a rumor that ZFS and Ithaca took in some soybeans already.
Yeah, unbelievable. We're just running so far ahead. I'm wondering if when we go out to the farms this year, we should buy double the number of pumpkins, because we'll put the first batch out, and then at least we'll have some fresh ones about the 10th of October.
That's probably a good idea, and the folks selling those pumpkins would probably appreciate that as well.
I think so. Hey, let's talk about agritainment.
Right, and that's kind of what we're talking about with the pumpkin patches, Terry. Those are opening up. We've got corn mazes opening up. We've got cider mills opening, all that good stuff that goes with fall. If you're one of those folks and you are opening your farm to tourism this fall, make sure you contact your agent. Depending on the scope of your activities and how many people you're having on your property, you may have to make just some minor changes to your existing policy, or you may need a completely separate one. I'm thinking of the folks like the Weiss Corn Maze and, of course, Johnson's Pumpkin Farm. Those are the type of operations that need a separate policy from their farm policy because of the scope of activities they got going on.
Hey, thanks for the awareness. You take care. Talk to you again soon, Craig.
Thank you. Sounds good, Terry.
All righty. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Along with pumpkins comes mums. Chuck Servinsky, Maple Hill Nursery in Midland. What about planting mums this time of the year, Chuck?
you're going to want to use a real good potting soil, whether you're planting them in the ground or maybe in a pretty container on the patio. And how about using some Flower Dew 201 from Morgan Composting? It's a high-quality potting soil that they make. It's going to help your mums produce beautiful blooms as it's high in phosphorus and contains many other organic ingredients that are beneficial, such as worm dew, which is another great Morgan product. And for best results, you're going to want to wet the soil before you use it, whether you're planting in the ground or again in a pot. And we have it available here at the store in both 8-quart and 1 cubic foot bags.
So all we got to do is stop by the store today.
And we'll show you how to do it with Dairy Dew products from Morgan Composting.
Chuck Cervinsky, you have a great day, okay? Chuck Cervinsky, Maple Hill Nursery. We'll be right back. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. And if you're looking for Dairyland products here coming up this fall, Freeland Bean and Grain will take care of it for you. Serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WS